Hey everyone, Randy and Adam, Heavy Metal Learning. We're going to do the equipment fails kind of commentary on these. It seemed really valuable to kind of go over these. So we're just kind of pulling some videos to see on YouTube. This one we're actually using a video from Machinery Presents. Go check out their YouTube channel. We'll link to it below. But it's got some construction equipment fails that we're just going to go through and see what we can learn from them. Okay, so the first one. And we saw, if you saw one of our initial fail, it's about loading and unloading, but just understanding they've got this machine they're trying to put up on this flatbed. But I think we saw this with some others, you're putting metal on metal. So they're going to try and push up the back here. You know, I just think, and I think a few people were sharing some tips or tricks on how they do it, but he's just not on there far enough either if he's going to do this. So you see immediately as soon as he puts that pressure. Otherwise, you need to have that stick and be pushing not only up, but out. Because I think if you're pushing both pressure, you're going to be pushing yourself up that thing as well. So
he just needed to get up higher on that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one scares me.
He should not.
Well, that was the thing. He caught it. Now, I will say this, and it looks like the guy, I believe he was seatbelted in there, and that's a good example of wearing your seatbelt.
But it was metal on metal.
He actually was restrained in there. This one, I'm assuming they're using the logs for traction. It looks like it's over a bridge. Yeah, well, and you can't. I mean, you have to improvise. It looks like it's very muddy.
Or they're trying to not mess up the bridge.
Oh, I don't think it is a bridge. I can't really tell. I just think it's a really soft area. You will see that. I mean, and you guys may comment, if you've been in really muddy conditions, sometimes you'll lay timbers down. Anything.
Oh, yeah, you can tell it's all muddy. They're trying to pull up on, they laid those two trees down to get on top of it.
I just wouldn't, when you're going longwise like that, I would actually go across perpendicular to the tracks. This just doesn't give, and you're talking about round logs that you see they tied them together, but with the amount of force going on them, the chances of that keeping it all together, I just feel like there's probably a better way. And again, it's tough when you watch these videos to know what their intent, like what they ultimately, I don't know what this is. It looks like it probably is a bridge, and if it is, you're not going to get the kind of support from logs that are...
Those could just go like that and
well,
split.
if those are 30 or 40 feet long, the bend, I mean, they're not that, it's not steel. It's not going to hold them. So I don't know what the intent was of that. And maybe some of you guys can comment.
Does he have the bucket all the way out to try to displace weight?
Yeah, I think he's trying to.
He's just going out in the woods. He's sick of that.
I think he's looking at the bridge.
To see if he's going to collapse it.
I think they were trying to go, it must be for support they were trying to do, but I just don't know what kind of support they had imagined they'd get from two logs longwise.
Well,
it's working.
It's working right now.
To a point.
Well, okay.
But that's exactly, and did that line snap? Is that?
Yeah,
So it was a bridge.
Okay. I haven't seen these before. Jeez.
Yeah, I think that's...
They put them over the link to where someone collapse.
Well, and they're trying to provide more support, but that's just not... Know what you're going over and understand the levels of weight that you're putting on it. This is in the tractor world a little bit. Mm-hmm. And some of these, I always watch these videos and you try and get in the operator's head or even what their ultimate intent was.
He's going slow.
My first thing is first of all, I don't know why there's a guy on that with him. No idea why that guy is standing next to him.
Well,
notice, I think they both pop up here. Or he keeps driving and comes out the other end.
What was their intent? Did they think it was not that shallow?
You assume, and I will tell you when I watch these, I assume people didn't get harmed because you don't want to laugh at it, but I try and learn from them. They are sometimes entertaining.
No!
This one I saw, and I saw this, I don't know what that guy was expecting to do. But at this point, I don't know. The only way you might be able to save yourself, I think, is by putting your arm in and using that to put it down. But I think you're in so much... Clearly, that whole cliff is kind of eroding.
He's too close to the side.
And I don't know where he started from, but I think there's a point here where you just got to kind of abort.
I think he's holding himself up with that.
He might be. But you can see how that, because that even got worse, that there's some erosion there.
They need to get another, they just need to get out of there.
Well, it looks like, and I can't tell in this video, but yeah, there's
He
another
came from
piece.
around here.
I don't know if he's tied in
Oh,
there
they're
or
trying
not.
to pull him.
Well, I don't. And you see the guy, you see how he's about to jump out. I don't get the. Like, I guess I can understand the jumping out idea, but generally, especially when it's not a huge fall, I think I would rather be secured. I'd have a seatbelt on in that cab.
And just roll it.
The cab should stick with you. Otherwise, if he can get out safely before it rolls. At this point, I think it's just a recovery. I don't think you're in that machine anymore. I think you're hooking up something else to try and keep it from going over the edge. I don't see a way that an operator could get in this and save this at this point.
So initially, bringing that arm down.
Yeah, pushing down to pick up that one side.
He did have a rope on.
No, and then he actually got ejected out of it. I think that was him. Because he was...
He went back in.
yeah, and then he got thrown out. Again, that's a reason that if he was secured in there.
Okay, we got
Another metal on metal.
we got a World War I tank here or something.
Yeah. This is just... Oh my gosh.
Can you?
If you the axles, everything on that trailer just got
It's a one-time use
brutalized.
semi.
Yeah.
Okay.
More of these unloading out of the trucks. Metal on metal.
Well, the
And
whole
actually-
truck
Jesus. This one's...
is trying to climb out.
Yeah, this guy is getting
Oh,
pulled
he's
out.
getting pulled up by an excavator bucket.
I don't. And you see this guy too. Now that's not, I mean, also understanding your machine, that's not a protection system. That was just a canopy. That one
So
might
they
be
have no
one that
roll
you
cage.
don't want to be necessarily attached to.
Okay.
So this one they are using...
They put tires
Yeah,
down.
they're putting tires on there, which will give you some friction to hopefully keep that from sliding. But you see, I mean, he's got such a narrow margin there. I don't,
That's a wide
knowing
track.
your width of the tracks and the...
My God, he's got like that much on it. There's no way.
He had nothing there. And I hate when I see these when people are just standing right next to it. I mean, fortunately, it didn't tip anymore. I don't. And this guy, you see, this
They're
is just
moving
crazy.
the semi at the same time.
Well, and you just see that the whole thing is tilted towards the cab.
It's just
there.
too heavy.
So I think you just got to understand. First of all, before you lift anything off a trailer, make sure you can pick it up. Period. Don't try and drag. It's almost like he's trying to drag it off a little bit, which
It looks like
as
he's
soon as
had
you
other.
lose
he's
contact.
done-
You also have to understand on an excavator, similar to crane, where you're most stable is straight over the
Over the
tracks.
tracks.
Your lift capacity drops
There it's gonna
dramatically
go.
the
He
further
needed
out
to stop.
and when you're perpendicular to tracks. So understanding what you can lift.
And he's really extended out from it too. So
I think he would have been better staying straight over in front. He tries to pull it in there, but
Why didn't he just pick it up straight? Let
then
the
let the
semi
truck go
drive out of the way.
if you're straight over your tracks, that's your highest lift capacity on one of those. Anytime you go perpendicular to your tracks, you're not going to have as much lift.
This is giving me an ulcer.
But again, these are painful to watch, but it's also this. I would rather learn. That's why I think I like doing these, and I like all of you commenting below on mistakes you see, things you could have done differently.
They're going to
Again,
slide down.
metal. It looks like they're on the logs here.
They did the logs the right way.
But I think the logs, I don't think they're secured. I think they start rolling.
And also the people are just standing in front of it as it's sliding down a hill.
And I've never loaded something like this on a boat. You've seen videos like this. I don't know what the tip or trick is. So any of you that have done that, it's awkward when you're going onto something that's not a stable, platform.
They do slide. And he tries to
So
catch himself.
And that whole thing just starts going.
There's just nothing else for him to do.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know what to even recommend. It's just a weird loading environment there. Even going down a hill onto a barge.
Find a
better
entrance
I'm
point.
assuming they didn't have it. I don't know. Yeah.
coming off again. Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen these. I don't. There's
People
and again,
are
I don't.
so close.
I think we had this one in the other video, but I don't get the whole. And maybe explain if you're not in the country why I've seen some of these the trucks tilting up, like
Yeah,
they're
they shouldn't.
clearly you can't be. They're not, the counterweight's not there. So.
Hopefully that helped.
Yeah, hopefully that helped. You know, and again, go check out Machinery Presents. That's the video we just used from them for training purposes. So if you see more of these, please share below any comments on anything you saw on these that you can learn from, or if you have other examples to share. So appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks, guys.